You have been learning English for many months or even years, but you still feel like a beginner. And you are stuck in this learning more and more loop, but in real, you don't see any progress. You don't feel confident enough to speak despite trying a lot. In reality, confidence does not come from learning more or practicing more. It comes when you feel you are speaking correctly, when you feel you have gained enough experience by doing the right practice. And in today's video, I will tell you 8 reasons that are keeping you stuck in this practicing and not seeing result mode without you even realizing it, and how you can break free this loop. So keep watching this video till the end to see all these reasons and how you can overcome all these problems. First problem is you are stuck in a beginner mode. When you work on your English, you constantly search something like how to learn English for beginners. And when you watch or see any title, something like English for beginners, you tend to click on that. There is nothing wrong with it if you are an absolute beginner or you have been just practicing for a few days only. The problem is if you have been doing it for many months or years and you are calling yourself beginner again and again, it is not taking you anywhere. It is just keeping you busy in that loop. You know what happens when you call yourself beginner? You don't expect too much from yourself and you keep yourself in that safe and comfortable mode. And when you watch something like a beginner content or you do practices for a beginner, then the problem is you will get the same result. If you keep doing the same thing, you will get the same result. The problem starts happening when you go out and have real conversation, and that's where you struggle. When you struggle to make a real conversation with people in English, those beginner things don't work for you. There is nothing wrong with it starting anything, starting from zero. The problem is if you keep watching or you keep following the same practices, you will get the same result. You are watching something for beginner, you will get the result for beginner. In this case, to put yourself out, to have a real conversation, you will have to challenge yourself. And you will have to put yourself in the situations where you are growing by following some content for elementary or intermediate level. Because this beginner mode is keeping you stuck in the same loop. And to come out of that beginner mode, you will have to challenge yourself. You will have to go out and have real conversation and learn from them. And now let's move to the second problem, that is having negative self talk. Okay, when you work on your English, most of the time you keep telling yourself, like, I'm not good at English, or everyone speaks better than me, or something like, I don't have English environment, or nobody speaks English in my surrounding, or I can't learn English, something like that. Okay, these can be your real problems, but these are problems, not solution. And when you keep thinking about all these problems, this is keeping you stuck again in that loop. It is not taking you anywhere because you are not focusing towards your goal. Why do you want to learn English? You are constantly blaming the situations here. And this thing is keeping you away from taking that responsibility so that you can take some actions towards your goal, English learning goal. This not taking responsibility is again keeping you stuck in this blaming situation game, and in this process there is no real progress because it is you who decided to work on English. It is your responsibility to overcome all these challenges and work towards it, not these situations. So in this case, what you can do, you can change this negative self talk to something that is directional. For example, rather than saying I'm not good at English, you can say I'm working on it, I'm learning on it. When you change this talk, you have some direction where you are moving. And you can change these talk according to you can change these talks according to your goal, where you want to. Because at the end of the day, you are going to get benefit out of it, not the situations. And that takes me to the next big challenge, that is focus on perfection. Okay, ideally, we all want to become perfect in many things, but in reality, this is not how it works. If you wait for the perfect time, perfect moment to start or to work on your English, it won't take you anywhere. Again, Or even if you have started working on your English and you are like, I won't make any mistake and I will learn by any magic, again it won't work. And if you are thinking by magic you can become perfect and you leave your house and the world will clap for you, that's not how it works. Nobody cares. And in real, nobody claps for your progress. It's you who have to take the responsibility. In real, something different happens. In real, when you keep thinking about perfection, that self doubt creeps in. You start having self doubt. You start questioning yourself. You start affecting your confidence. You feel underconfident. And then after that, a lot of things start happening, that frustration, not trying, and all. And after that, you tend to give up on your English learning journey. So rather than waiting for the perfect moment, focus on how to communicate, focus on your conversations, communication, and progress. In the starting, it will be terrifying. You will embarrass yourself a lot, but with time, with days, you will get better at it. So rather than focusing on perfection, focus on the progress you are making in this journey. Now let's move to the next big challenge, that is setting unrealistic expectations. Okay, when you start working on English, you want to learn everything at once. You start considering it as a project, like 1 month or 2 months project. And it's not a project, it doesn't have any deadline. It's a language. You have to integrate this in your system and it takes its own time. If you practice the right way, you will learn faster, you will become comfortable faster. But if you keep practicing a lot of things at once and you expect result too soon, then what happens? You get frustrated, you get overwhelmed with the practice or this process of learning English, and then you give up without seeing any real progress. Because when you start anything out of motivation, this motivation does not stay for longer. In a few days you practice, you get frustrated, you get overwhelmed by the practice, and when you don't see the result you get frustrated again. The problem is not your learning, but the problem is not your learning process. The problem is you want to see the result as soon as possible. Next day, whenever you try, next day you want to see the result of your practice. That's not how it works in terms of learning a language. It has to be a part of your system. You need to inculcate in your day to day routine to see the changes regularly. So rather than setting unrealistic expectations, make the plan. Okay, another thing is you try a lot of things out of motivation because somewhere you don't know, you don't have any structured plan for yourself. And that takes me to the next point, that is not having a structured plan. So when you start anything out of motivation, in a few days you tend to give up because motivation does not work for longer, right? But when you have the structured plan, you know what to work upon. When you don't have any plan, you know what do you do? You start watching random content, you start watching random videos, following random advice available, and that might not align with your own goal. So for that you need to create, to see the progress, you need to create a structured plan for yourself that is aligning with your goal. Why do you want to learn English rather than following any random advice available out there? Because when you follow anything random, you don't remember it for anything longer. For example, if you have to think now, the last video you watched to learn English, or last book you read, or something, any last practice you did to learn English, can you recall that? It would be difficult for you. So for example, if you keep that, if you have a structured plan, you will know what did you learn. For example, if you watched a video, you will have like, okay, I watched this particular video, I learned because I set the target to watch it, rather than watching random things or following random advice. And another big problem is you don't keep the track for your progress. And that takes me to the next challenge, that is you don't track your progress. Okay, when you learn something, our brain looks for proof. And for example, if you watch something, can you recall what did you learn from that particular video? I think you will struggle there. But if you keep the record, if you keep the progress track, you will understand, you will be able to easily recall that. And usually, what happens when we start working on something, we tend to think in only two stages, that is, beginner one or fluent speaker one. But in real, there are multiple steps from this level 0 to level 10. Okay, here level 10 is fluent speaker. From level 0 to level 10, there are 10 other levels. So, when you keep the progress, when you keep the track of your progress, you tend to understand where you are on level 1, level 2, level 3, rather than directly focusing on level 10. When you know how much you have improved, that gives you the confidence to go ahead rather than throwing the dart in the air. So, to keep the progress, what you can do, either you can have a notebook or you can create a document where you can write down whatever you did in a day, all your practices, whatever you watched, whatever you listened, read, or spoke, and in details, so that you can easily recall. When you will have this proof, the chances of feeling confident while speaking, are more. And to see the real progress, make a structured plan and follow and track your progress. This plan should be detailed so that you can track each and every detail, and that will definitely give you confidence, because you know your brain is aware that you are working on it, you have a proof. Now let's move to the next big challenge, that is translation. You translate from your native language to English. This translation is affecting your fluency. You are struggling to speak English because of this translation. Constantly, you are in your head trying to think in your native language than English. It is delaying your response, it is affecting your fluency, and that in turn is affecting your confidence. So, to work to speak fluently, you will have to work on this problem. And I know in one day you cannot stop translating. For that, you will have to constantly remind yourself. The moment you're falling in this translation loop, you will have to catch your thought and try to remind yourself, think in English. It won't happen in one day, it will take some days, but again, you will have to remind yourself again and again. In the starting, maybe you are thinking 100% in your native language, 0% in English. Gradually reduce this number to 0 and increase this number to 100. It might take some days, some weeks, but eventually you will have to do that. And you know, the translation problem happens because there is not enough English. You are not consuming enough English content. And that takes me to the next point, the next problem. You are not listening a lot. You are not listening intentionally. We listen sometimes, maybe in background. This background listening is good, but we are not kids. We have to listen intentionally. We have to understand that what we are listening, how we can implement the same listening. Kids can manage by listening from background and start picking up from that. As adults, a lot of things go in our head, so it becomes difficult to focus on that. For that, you will have to listen intentionally, because listening is the foundation of language learning. And when you listen intentionally, you can easily pick up the pattern. As adults, we can recognize patterns easily. Based on that, we can follow the same patterns everywhere. So in that case, you will have to listen intentionally and focus on what you are listening, what you are learning from that, and implementing the same. Because when there is enough content, it would be easy for you to think in English, and that fluency will come naturally, and you will feel more confident after that. So, for the recap, I covered these 8 challenges in today's video. Now you have to tell me which one do you struggle the most, or you can also share your challenges, your personal challenges that you are feeling while working on your English in the comment section, so that I can get an idea, and accordingly I can create other videos. And thank you so much for watching the video till the end.